Hello guys, welcome to my channel for new battle report. I was able to play one day 2 games with a couple of mates, so it was really cool because I think it will most likely be the last time I can play with real miniature before I'm expecting a second child soon, so definitely I will have less time, and yeah, under current situation it's already not easy to organize game, and then with some family additional organization it will be quite difficult, but we'll see. At least I'm still motivated to paint and play and stuff, and I think I was surprised actually how UB helped me to stay motivated to paint stuff like it does sometimes for tournament, because you prepare a list, you're going to a tournament, and then you need to paint stuff that you're missing sometimes. And I was surprised how UB worked similar in that way, that fashion. That's, yeah, you preparing a list on UB, you play it at a tournament or two, and then you're like feeling, yeah, that this list is cool, I would like to play it someday live as well, so I might just start painting it, and that worked pretty well. So yeah, stop talking about other stuff, let's go back to the battle report. I played against another Swiss player. Never played against him before. He was playing Beast Earths. So this is my list. Didn't change much since the last battle report. Basically, I just wanted to try a new alternative. So with the new points, I struggled to feature the binding scroll, and I decided, let's see if I can play without. Obviously, I'm a big fan of the binding scroll. I think it's hard to play without, but I wanted to see if this list concept could possibly play without. We'll see at the end of the day, after the 2 games, if what's my answer regarding this. And so then I decided to drop it, and also to change the third giant for 2 Yetis. 2 units of Yetis, basically giving me some additional option to go fast forward. I thought the Yetis with the 18-inch fast moving BSB could be interesting, because they can profit really well from the reroll and do stuff. They are expendable because not that expensive, sorry, so you can try stuff that you wouldn't do with Hunter. So I wanted to explore a little bit this option. The rest of the list didn't move much, and the list I was facing was the following. Basically, a big unit of Minotaur with 2 Mino characters, so kind of a Death Star, a Master Druidism, a bunker for him, 2 ambushing Wild Horn to score, a big block of Mongrel with Spear and the +1 strength, Chaff unit, second Chaff unit of Centaurs, and then 2 Gortax. We played Counter Trusts. What I like to do when I play practice game is to place anything else than frontline clash, because I'm just feeling, yeah, frontline clash, it's the comfort zone. I mean, yeah, obviously it's different when you play something. I often like to train on marching column, because I think it's completely different in the way you approach deployment. You need to think in advance how you're going to put stuff, and this is way more challenging than the usual frontline clash. And also other deployment like attacker defenders, sometimes counter trust as well, is also challenging. So I like to play these other types of deployment where I can really train and try stuff, and yeah, I think it's an additional training that is welcome, other than just doing, yeah, let's play frontline clash. It's easier, it's more comfortable for both of us. So that's the way I approach things, and I recommend you to do so as well when you train. We roll randomly and had a breakthrough, which is, yeah, similar to the last game I played against Beast Earth. And this is my spell selection. So due to the fact that I'm not expecting too much dicey combat, I'm expecting to be able to pick my fights. I don't think I really need combat buff to really make the odds change in my favor. I think I should be able to get into easy combat, and that's why I went full range damage. Also having Threat of Face and End of Even makes things harder for my opponent to maybe go out with the Minor Lord alone. That was a little bit the idea. And what surprised me in his spell selection, didn't took Summer Growth, which is obviously always nice when you play Druidism and your opponent has range damage, so I was a bit surprised by that. I think that would have been better than the debuff of weapon skill and shooting, obviously. Matchup analytics. So I think it's a favorable matchup. It's very similar to the last one I played. So I know, yeah, I know what I should do. I have much more threat, much more mobility than him, so I should hit where it hurts and threat him all around the boards and play wide. He has a strong Death Star, so obviously I'm quite happy that we are not playing like stuff like Hold the Ground or something similar to that, because it would be hard to remove that unit that is really too strong for me. But I can avoid it, Frenzy Bait if I need to. I know how to deal with this kind of unit. Gortak, not Gorgon, sorry. Gortak are juicy target for my list because I have 3 Hunting Spear plus the magic, so I can do a lot against them. Scratapult don't have a lot to do, but still good targets are Ambushing, Wild Heart. I can panic them easily, so he has to be careful. But I need to be far from his Death Star because I just want to avoid getting killed easily. And my ambush need to threaten his mage. I think that's one of the key ID. Also against maybe some of the scoring to avoid the breakthrough. I don't expect a lot of combat. Obviously I will pick easy fights. Don't take too many risks because I should be in control. And the fact that he has no range damage means that I can feature my hunters alone and have some additional threats as well. So deployment, it's Control Trust. He took top part, I went bottom, and I decided to let him go first. I wanted to see where he goes and play second. So he put one unit of the big unit of Mongrel, Gargoyle Scout, one Gortak, second Gortak, Bunker with Mage, Death Star of Minos, Hunter behind, Centaurs behind, and the Warhounds on the right. My deployment is the following. So yeah, here I saw an opportunity to maybe attack this scoring because it's breakthrough. If he can push here and get my zone with one and then the ambush, it could be easy for him to break through here, and for me really hard to attack this area. So that's why I thought maybe let's put some 2 threats that can easily also go behind if it's too scary. If he really push double Gortak, it could get too scary, but I want to avoid him going forward with this unit, so I can just maybe scare him with Giant and also shoot him with the Scratapult. That was the idea. I moved back the Yetis with Vanguard just behind, just to cover the position of the Gargoyle out of my arcs. Then here you have Giant, second unit of Yetis, Golfgag, my BSB, Jared, the General, and here you have Fishgut scouting here up top, forming a good arc all around his army. And then here on the right, my scoring base, like I used to call it, with one Scratapult that can protect a little bit the flank and just avoid the Wild Herd coming at me. Even if the Horde are in my favor, I just want to be secure and just propose some counter charges if he wants to come at me with his scoring unit. I just don't want to use a Giant or a Hunter to protect my lines. So that's a bit the idea. Let's move on to his turn 1. So he pushes forward with the Mino, uses them to chaff my Hunter, or also I think it's more bait than a chaff both ways, because I didn't have very juicy charges. It's just more charge me, then I can counter charge you. I think that was the idea of both chaffs. And here I don't know why I didn't want to face that way with the Centaurs, because ambush comes on the board only turn 2. So I don't see really why he's looking back. He should have looked that way. Just avoid me going around with my Hunter. So I think that was a mistake. And yeah, the rest just push forward. Or at least use the second Gorgon to come here and threaten me coming forward at him. I think that. But here it's just too free, this area, for me to attack. The Magic Face has Dispel the Throne. He gets some toughness buff, I think, on this unit. And yeah, I dispel also the D6. My turn 1. Took the charge with the Yetis. That's what I was talking about during the list analysis. Just the fact that Yetis can charge his chaff, make him flee or kill it, and then just flee the next charge because I'm not that expensive. I make myself ready for all the possible ambush, basically covering from here to here somewhere, so he can ambush here up top, but I'm not too scared, and it would be really far for him to come to breakthrough. And if he ambush here in the back, I mean, I have enough stuff to deal with him later on. And here I just misplaced myself. I wanted to use the Gargoyle face that way to make the charge impossible, which was really easy to do, but then I don't ask me why. At the end of my movement phase, I just moved again the Giant looking that way, towards the board to just make harder for him to do I don't know what. Really poor mistakes, which means that he could double charge my giant, which is a bit stupid. In the magic phase, he dispels a Trotter face onto the Gortak. He had the toughness boost off, so I cast the d6 plus 1 onto the Mino, did 2 wounds, and I'm also getting a Wrath of God with 3 dice in the middle of his line. So I was pretty happy since he dispelled Trial of Phase to get the Comet. I think the Comet is it's very scary for him at the moment because all his army is packed together, so I was really happy to get the Comet off. Close combat, I killed 4, he did 2 wounds to me, to my surprise. He flee, I restrain just to make sure I can flee that way. And yeah, he flees just over here. His turn 2. Lot of things, he double charged, so it was 8 I guess for the Gortak in my flank with the Gargoyle, but he fails the Gortak, luckily for me, with 2 dice. So only the Gargoyles charge me, which is nice, because then I could be free on his turn and then be free to do stuff, so quite happy about that. Here you see my Wrath of God. The rest, he just puts himself ready for ambushing, coming here or here, just not able to threaten his line after. That's a bit his idea with the positioning, but still, if you see, it's so easy for me to attack this zone. I mean, the Hunter can again just push forward and attack and pressure the bunker and the stuff. Minotaurs did charge my Yetis, who just fled, so he failed charge and doesn't move much forward, which is okay. And as I expected, he ambushed here and here, but should be really easy for me to deal with him because he's so far away from BSB General. I can just reform and then engage, and I'm so better in combat, so I should be fine. And here also it should be easy to panic them with leadership phase 7, so I'm not feeling stressed about these 2 ambush, and it means that I can freely move towards this part of the board, which is completely free at the moment. In the magic phase, he gets Oaken Throne, regen onto the Gortak near the Wrath of God, and then he gets also the debuff shooting onto Jared. He was very scared of my Hunting Spear, but if you think Hunting Spear, you need to think where can I move to really shoot at him. Obviously here I could have a good position to have 1 shot behind the forest, long range. Still not too scary. I mean, I need to wound on 4 as well, so yeah. So he got the regen and the debuff of the shooting, which is a bit too much. I think regen was mostly because of Wrath of God. And then Wrath of God doesn't come down. Close combat. He did 2 wounds to me, which is very surprising, but they have a lot of attack. And then it's me to attack, and I did only 4 wounds, so he's alive with 1 guy. So I fluffed. Only 1 guy alive, but it's a draw, meaning I'm completely trapped. But I guess I deserve that because my positioning was not good enough. My turn 2. So I organize all the traps to deal with both ambush, put the Yetis here toward the end of the board to minimize. If he charge me, it's only 2 guys in contact, should be fine. They make fear, so I should be totally fine. Golf Gag move behind, Giant move to the side. Here I have my mage out of line of sight, casting spell, trying to panic them off the board. Scratapult also will have a short range shot against them to panic them off the board. Can also see second unit if I want to, so I should be fine. Scoring move forward, and here I decided to charge chaff. I don't know if it was smart or not, but I just checked that if I fail charge, I'm out of line of sight, so no problem. And I charge them, they go near the Wrath of God, which is always nice. They won't annoy me too much, so I just charged them, they fled. I push with Fish Gut, and my 2 ambush comes on the board. So the Toad, he decided to look at the bunker, and the Crabman looked at the centers. And yeah, that was it, I guess. I moved back with Catapult, again doing a very shitty placement. At the beginning I was too wide with my Yeti, and then I thought, oh cool, Yeti, I can minimize stuff, give a front, only 2 guys attack me, better odds of killing him. But then I forgot that my Scratapult was placed that way, meaning a charge against the Scratapult would mean an overrun onto the flank of them, which is really stupid. So yeah, some more mistakes on the left part of the board. In the magic phase, let me see. Dispel the breast weapon on my mage to try to panic them, obviously. but then I was able to get another comet off near the first one, so really happy. And then I got d6 plus 1, d6 plus 1 against the wild horn, killed 4, panicked them off the board, perfect. Try the face, also killed 2 of them, and then shooting did nothing with the catapult. But my comet comes down, the first one, and kills some of them. He had general but no BSB, fails the panic, flees off the board, perfect. Killed some of the guy, killed the dog, which was nice, so pretty happy about this first comet. And I still have 1 to come down, so really nice. His turn 3, he decided to charge my Yeti and decide, yeah, I mean, it's either you or me charging, so let's better have the charge, so he charged me. A Gortax charges catapult, I have to flee off the board, so I flee, and he redirect, passes the check, charge onto my giant. I will obviously lose the giant. I should have just placed comet here, just saying to him, or here maybe, because my comet is here, it's not perfect. Should have just placed it to say to him, if you charge me, you get a comet against you. Could have given me a chance, maybe. Yeah, don't know. They charge nothing, they just move forward. He moved also the general out of the unit because he was in a bad shape, so he decided, yeah, let's move out. Here he has the bunker out of my line of sight. I could have positioned maybe slightly better and positioned the Gorgon to look at me, and the centaurs just face me. The magic face, he gets I dispel +1 attack and +2 AP onto the ambushes. He puts +3 toughness onto the minor lord, and the comet doesn't come down. Close combat, I make them flee. He flees over me, only 4 guys remaining, so I'm fine. And here he just kills me outright. No chance to attack. I still had 5 rune remaining, so I was thinking if he fluffs a little bit, maybe I can strike with a lot of attack, strength 7. I could have a chance, but yeah, that was just not the case, and I don't deserve to win this combat. Turn 3, I move around, everybody out of line of sight, just making myself ready for taking this unit next turn. Also comes down with both hunter to make myself ready. Here just position the Todd looking at them, and on the other side the tigers looking at them out of line of sight. Minor Lord can see anything, and here I'm just expecting I charge, so either I can force him to charge me, because yeah, I can just stay in place. We'll see what happens in this combat. I could have some good options, we'll see. And yeah, that's it, I guess. Yeah, I've told everything. So in the magic phase, what did I get? A binding scroll trial phase, because I could see his minor lord, so binding that. Then I get d6 plus 1, d6 plus 1 onto the minotaurs. He dispelled that, but I get another comet off, really nice. Then I cast a breath weapon that did 1 wound onto them, guess. And then with all my 3 hunting spear, I do 3 wounds to the minotaurs. Catapult shoot as well, did 2 wounds, so I killed quite a lot of them. There are only 4 remaining, including the BSB. And then close combat here, I did 2 wounds, he did 1 wound to me, and he stick on 5 or 6, I don't know, but he stick, which is really cool for me, because I can expect a free pivot and then charge the bunker maybe next turn, we'll see. His turn 4, uses the Gortak to avoid me charging him, moves a bit the bunker behind the hill to not get charged. You see my second comet is here, so maybe I can reach him, we'll see. Minor, yeah, the minor, I've put last turn everything out of arc, but you see these gaming mat are just moving and not cool, and I don't know why. When he checked, he was seeing me, so I put all the markers down to see that I'm out of line of sight, but I didn't said it out loud, so yeah, charge me, I fled. Obviously no big damage here, especially fail charge, and I have all my army seeing him, so I think it wasn't a good idea to charge me, even if he was, yeah, even if he was seeing me. I don't think it was a good idea, because he has nothing to redirect against, so he just failed charge, and now I have like 3 hunter plus a giant ready to charge him flank or back, so should be fine. What's the rest? That's it, yeah, the guy here just push forward, failed the march check, I guess, and then Then yeah, I did -2 to hit on my general with magic. I dispelled distracting on them, and he tried to put the d6 onto my general, did nothing. Close combat, I did 2 wounds, he did 1 wound to me. So I need to do a restraint check on the 7. I fail it, unfortunately for me. I was so eager to charge the bunker, but I fail it. And that's my turn. My turn 4, I combo charge Jared, Fishgut, Golf Gag, plus the Giant all together against the minors. Should be an easy fight. I chaff the Minor Lord with scoring. I have 3 here, so far away, so I should be fine. Bringing the Mage to cast spell against him. Turning around the Scratapult, just moving forward, shooting at them, and just, yeah, making myself ready to charge them if needed. Chaffing the Gortak with the Yetis. Here you see I have the nice Comet ready to kill him. I'm just expecting not a too long roll that could kill, but I'm really far away. I'm like a 12 or 13 away, so I should be fine. And yeah, I just move with my ambushers out of the line of sight, ready to look at the bunker. They didn't move much. Out of charge range, no risk here. And magic phase, casting breast weapon onto Fishgut, he dispelled that. Then I get trial phase, did 1 wound onto the Minor Lord. D6 plus 1, D6 plus 1, did nothing. Here I did a misfire, I guess. And close combat, I make him flee. I catch the BSB, who was the only guy remaining, so I catch the BSB. And he decided to concede because, yeah, there was nothing else to, I mean, I was just going to dance around, kill some stuff, and it was going to be a big win, so he decided to concede here. Post-game analysis, I think my deployment on the left side was not perfect at all. Could have been placed better. I think to put a Scratapult here is not the best idea because I'm somehow a bit trapped. He could get me. I'm not moving that fast out of the bubble. So second Scratapult on the right with the first one would have been much better, just to protect myself against ambusher first off, and just not give easy points. So that was not good. But Minotaurs, I mean, with the deployment I was able to just make them facing nothing. There was nothing to catch for them. Breakthrough was in hand for me from the deployment. I was really feeling in total control. And I engaged the minors where when he moved the general away, just when I had enough punch to get an easy combat. 2 approximate position on the left, I was just not so concentrating. Obviously that's a challenge with this list because I have so many units. You can easily just say, oh, I could just move again this unit, just optimize positioning, and then you forget that it was a conditional positioning of the unit that just, yeah, you were positioning yourself, thinking about other stuff, and then when you touch again a unit, you are very likely to do mistakes. So I need to just say to myself, you already moved that one, don't touch it again, you thought about it already, because the 2 times that I changed stuff, it had impacts, so, and cost me points. Love to play against a low amount of threats because I can just move around and pick what I want. I really like the Yetis in this game. I think they showed what they can do, versatility. They make a chaff flee, they chaff, they threaten stuff. So I was really happy about the Yetis. I think they're very useful. And regarding my opponent, I think when you let off 3 Wrath of God, you are always at risk to get heavy damage, especially when you're playing some combat and when you have no summer growth or stuff. So yeah, that was a big risk. He should have closed, I think, the game more, and maybe could take the game of Lichmeister against me as an example of how to close it more and just avoid me dancing around and picking the stuff I want to kill, because then, I mean, when the Minotaurs are in the middle of the board, just don't know where to look at, it's an impossible game to win. So I think regarding the fact that we're playing breakthrough, he should have ensured his breakthrough. He had a very nice spot on the left, bottom left, to break through easily. When he pushed forward in that zone with at least a Gortak, maybe supported by something. So I think it should have been easy for him to get a draw on the breakthrough, considering the fact that he has 2 ambushing scoring units. Should have been much easier to get something closer to a draw at least. So yeah, that was it for this first game. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and talk to you soon for the second battle report. Bye bye.